Mohammad Siraj, criticized, trolled heavily for his performances for RCB in the IPL 2018-19 seasons, is now being considered as India's finest bowler and now has a cutout erected for him in Hyderabad for his performances against England at Lords, which helped India win the Test match. What were the challenges faced by this young pace bowler from Hyderabad to get to where he is right now? Let's look at that and more in today's video. Hello everyone and welcome to Crunch Sports. Yes, this isn't our usual video. It's not a sports podcast or it's not a preview or a review for a game. It's not an analysis of a player. It's just going to be us, tracking through Siraj's journey uh, to become what he is today. So where did Siraj start off? How did his journey start to become what he is today? So let's trace back in time. Let's move to the time of sense of his grandfather. When they were settled in the Pakistan-occupied Kashmir regions of India. So when they decided to move to Hyderabad, by selling all their properties there and everything, things weren't as easy as I thought it would be. People in Hyderabad weren't as accepting as they expected them to be. Uh, People got a bit rough with them. They got criticized heavily for belonging to that part of India, and sometimes they also criticized them as belonging to Pakistan because they came from that part of India. All this affected the family, and it sometimes ached them pretty bad. But yeah, so let's keep this in mind and put it aside for now, and let's focus on Siraj, and I'll come back to that later. So as a kid, Siraj was very playful, but didn't really excel academics and all. So he's always compared to his elder brother, who grew up to be an engineer. As in every middle class Indian household, you're expected to study, get good marks, and that's expected to be the only way through which you'll prosper. Siraj's father, being an auto driver, I mean, things were pretty tough for them. So his mother believed that Siraj studying would be the only way to make him get into the right path. So at such occurrences, when he was constantly being compared to his brother, once his uncle saw him being, upset over the fact that he was compared to his brother constantly, he took him to an 50-over ODI tennis ball tournament, which he was a part of, and made him play that match. And Siraj, to surprise of many, picked up 9 wickets in that game in the tennis ball tournament and made the team win the match. His uncle gave him 500 rupees as as a gift for helping the team win that match. And Siraj, in an interview, has himself said that that was big money for him and big motivation, which made him think of cricket as a career or as a way of life, because he was son of an auto driver. So 500 rupees is something big for Siraj. So that made him pursue cricket and made him take more interest in cricket, if you want to say that. And but his mom was not really happy about that. He said she started blaming his uncle for spoiling him and stuff like that. But his father started backing Siraj and said that one day my son will play for India. When all those people used to criticize them for belonging to that part of India and saying that they actually belong to Pakistan and not India, he wanted to make sure that his son represented the country and made the country proud. So with his father's backing, Siraj continued to play cricket, but he only played tennis ball cricket until 2015. Yes, all the development you're seeing in Siraj has been in the past 6 years, which is mind-boggling. Till 2015, this man had only played tennis ball cricket and didn't know what was in swing, what was out swing, where to hold to a batsman to get him out, and analyze weakness, any of that. He was just playing tennis ball cricket, and his only aim was to bowl fast and to get the batsman out. So after a while, his father realized that if my son has to represent India, he has to start playing, leather ball cricket or cork ball cricket. So he joined an academy and started playing for under 23, and then got called to the Ranji camp. When he went there, things got pretty tough for Siraj. he wasn't in a financial position to get the everyday needs. So his father used to give him 70 rupees of pocket money every day, which was a big deal because his uh, his father didn't earn that much to get him more money. So 70 rupees was a big deal for Siraj and his family. So 70 rupees is what he got every day as a pocket money. 60 rupees used to go, for the fuel to get to the camp and to go back home, and 10 rupees is to what he used to live with, to get his snacks or whatever. So, and his bike wasn't, really helping him either. Uh, the only way he could start his bike was just by kickstarting it, and that too broke when he tried starting it once. So he had to, push the bike and get on it, which he felt was pretty embarrassing, because the other kids at the Ranji camp used to come by cars, or the drivers used to come and drop them off or everything. But he has to, push the bike for a certain distance and then start it. So he used to wait for everyone to go, and then used to push his bike to start the bike. So that was what Siraj was living with. All this hard work answered when Siraj got introduced to India's current bowling coach, Bharat Arun. This was the next big thing that happened in Siraj's life when he met Mr. Bharat Arun sir, who's the current Indian bowling coach, but the then RCB bowling coach too. So when the RCB unit had gone to Hyderabad uh, for a match, Siraj was made a net bowler, and he really managed to impress Bharat Arun sir. Then who went to Lakshman and inquired about him. Since then, Bharat Arun has been his mentor and guided him through highs and lows. And luckily for Siraj, the following year in 2017, Bharat Arun was appointed as Hyderabad's bowling coach, and under his guidance and assistance, Siraj became the third highest wicket taker that year in Ranji Trophy. So, going to his performances and everything, in the 2017 IPL auction, SRH picked Siraj for 2.7 crores, which is big money for him. So when the press and the media asked his father, how do you feel his son picked for such a huge amount? He didn't really understand about the amount, but all that mattered to him was that his son was picked to play for a team, and that's what makes him proud and happy. But sadly for Siraj, even after getting picked, things didn't become that easy for him. Then he moved to RCB in the 2018-19 seasons. He was criticized heavily, for his bowling in the Chinnaswamy especially. The Browns were small, and he was, taken for some runs by the batsmen. So people criticized him heavily. And 2020, when he was picked for the Australian tour, people, criticized him as RCB quota. And before the second test, when he played, his father had actually passed away, and when he was given the option to go back to India, to visit his father and do the last rites and all. But when he spoke to his mom, she said that your brother will take care of all that, but your father's wish is that you play for India, represent the country, make the country proud. So, owing to injuries and everything, second test Siraj actually got to play ahead of the senior players because they were injured. And in the national anthem, we all remember when Siraj cried and became emotional. So there were two reasons why Siraj became emotional. There were two reasons why he cried during the national anthem. One was being criticized for coming from that part of the country. The feeling that they had to make the country proud one day. It finally came true for Siraj. During the national anthem, he became overwhelmed. And the second reason, the man who supported him thus far to become such a big successful player, his father, was not able to witness this match. So these two big reasons came together, and he became very emotional during the national anthem. Usually when someone is moving or doing some actions during the national anthem, people usually get pissed at them. But this time the whole nation came together and supported Siraj and realized the true sense of emotion which was behind those tears. So that's when the public opinion on him changed too, and he delivered with a 5-wicket haul that series and proved his worth. And now he is one of the most valuable players for India. He picked up 8 wickets in the game where India won at Lords, and he's again proving his worth. So yes, cricket is a funny game, guys. The person who is performing today perform tomorrow, and the ones we're criticizing today, may become a hero for the country. So Siraj, I'm pretty sure he has only heights to climb from here, and his story is pretty touching and pretty inspirational for every Indian kid who's trying to pursue sports in this country, not just cricket. So that's the video, guys. Like the video, share the video, and if you want more such type of videos, leave it in the comment. Do let us know your opinion, and that's the video, guys. Thanks for watching.